Hey YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and I'm so sorry that you didn't get a video from me last Tuesday. But as you know, Florida was hit with Hurricane Irma, and I live in Southwest Florida, the bottom of Florida on an island. So we had a mandatory evacuation, and it's been a crazy week to say the least. It's been very stressful and crazy, and I'm about to share with you a little bit of the behind the scenes with my experience with Hurricane Irma. But I wanted to let you know that I had planned on having a big announcement video last Tuesday. There's a lot of things happening at Entrepreneur Girl that I'm really excited about. And I wanted to do that big announcement, and I wasn't able to do that. And actually, I'm still not able to do that because I've been evacuated. Most of the stuff I needed was still at home, and it's just harder to do that when you're on the road. But I hope to have it out to you at least in the next couple of weeks, so please be looking for that. I'm super excited to be sharing the news with you. And just a big shout out to the community, the Amazon 360 community, my friends Sharon and Terry and Mickey and Janice, all of my YouTube Entrepreneur Girl online family out there. You are so supportive of everything that I've been through this week, and I just want to say thanks to all the messages and the care and love that I got from you guys. So I hope you enjoy this kind of behind the scenes of what my life has been this week, and I so appreciate your willingness to share in that. So this isn't a business video. Today is just more of an overcoming obstacles that is continuously thrown our way. We're always dealing with good and bad simultaneously, and it's just part of life. So I picked up my bags. I'm here in Indiana, and I'm continuing business as usual to the best I can from afar. And you're going to have to do that too sometimes. So here we go, and I'll see you next video, guys. Thanks. So I live on Pineland, Florida, which is the southwest section of Florida, and I found out last Monday that there was this huge hurricane that was breaking records of 225-mile-an-hour gusts and such, headed directly to us. So we began, being very concerned and watching the news, and as soon as we got off of the boat, we ran to the store, and the supplies were already gone. It was alarming how fast everything disappeared, probably because the hurricane in Texas had just happened, and people were being extra cautious about this one. So we started a prep immediately. We were clearing the outside and bringing everything out in, as you can see that I was doing here. Every flower pot, every rock, every canoe had to be sunk in the pool. And we just continued to monitor what our island was looking like as far as winds, as far as storm surge went. They said that they expected the island to be completely covered by the Gulf of Mexico by this Monday, which was yesterday. So we were taking video of our house. We were putting stuff on the bottom shelves up on top of desks. Anything to get something up that might, preserve it, that we could return home to it. So I was taking pictures of everything, for insurance purposes, certainly anything of value, but also I was looking at it like this might be the last time I see my house, and see this life that we have been creating all of these years, and photographs of the kids and stuff that I had created here in the home. And it was really sad and really hard to leave. But what made it worse is we're boarding up, and it's dark, and it's rainy already, and it's windy, and this hurricane was getting closer and closer. So we have 3 small children still, and this was looking pretty alarming, and I knew that I needed to leave. So this is what we went into, this traffic and no gas. We had to travel with our own fuel to kind of manipulate going on GPS. I had to get off the interstate and try to zoom in and find side streets so I can make time. What would normally take us 15 hours, 17 hours, took us almost 40 hours in the car. So it was just a terrible trip. Since over 7 million people were evacuated, the fuel was out, the roads were congested, there were a lot of accidents, and this lasted all the way through Florida, all the way through Georgia, and halfway through Tennessee for us. good news. I saw a lot of electric trucks, over 100 heading south. I saw some military choppers here that you can barely see, but they were heading down south. And you know, they were preparing for some major storm surge and some major historical damage from Hurricane Irma. I was a nervous wreck. I was sending text messages, you know, begging the remaining family members and friends. All of us had originally planned on staying, but as it got worse, you know, I was just urging them to leave like I had, because, you know, you have children, and bottom line is it's just not worth it. So we finally make it to my mom's house and continued to watch it on TV. I was glued to the TV. I slept with it on. I slept right in front of it, and just so worried about, you know, family and friends and my house and my possessions and just, you know, our way of life and everything. We could have lost everything very easily. What we started noticing from pictures coming in was all the water was being sucked out of the island. Literally, this is normally very high, and it was just mud with a little bit of water on top, you know, docks with no water under them. And everything had been, you know, gone down like 10 feet. The water was just disappearing. Actually, it was very eerie to be getting pictures like this from the people that stayed behind on the island and were sending them to me. I had never seen this happen, and I've been out there for many, many years. This is my daughter's boyfriend, and he's out in the Gulf of Mexico and is just missing right then. And so we were seeing all of this, and we were prepared the best we can. Our house is totally plywooded up. All debris is removed, and all we could do is wait and see what was going to happen and see how bad it was going to be.
What are you seeing right now, or what are you feeling?
We're right now in Bokeelia.
How long have you lived here, Ben?
I've been in Florida for about 3 years now.
Okay, so I'm going to guess the answer to this question is no. You've never seen anything like this.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely.
And a lot of the reason why people didn't evacuate is they didn't know where to go. You know, the West Coast was expected to get it, the East Coast was expected to get it, straight down the middle of the peninsula was expected to get it. There was no safe place to evacuate to, so people just hunkered down and figured, you know, they would just try to make do where they were. Luckily, my family did leave the island. They did get inland some, so they were fine. The house, as you see, just has some minimal damage. It was fine. The surge came in at about 2 feet, but not high enough to get into my house or to damage the island too much. Just the low-lying areas got it pretty good. So we were very fortunate. So that was my rotten week. I certainly hope you guys are better, but you know what? I'm incredibly thankful. Could have been so much worse than it was. Time and the effort and the scare and the minimal damage and cleanup and undoing everything that we've just done. You know, that's gonna take some time, and it certainly is a pain in the butt. However, I will gladly exchange that for, you know, what could have happened had it been worse. So I will see you next video. Thanks, guys.